Christchurch dog owners could be fined $300 for not carrying bags to pick up their pets. Pick up after their pets. Plastic bags, you know what I'm talking about here. Or letting them walk on pathways in Hagley Park without a leash. The new rules, which are part of a new council bylaw, came into force today. Our hard-working and excellent Christchurch local government reporter Conan Young polled dog owners in Hagley Park.
But when you come to the pathway, would you normally put them on a leash? Or?
So like that pathway there?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. Not in the park.
Yeah. Just because?
I don't know what's going to happen. Like, what's the difference between the middle of the field and the path, really? But
yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't see your dogs here as being a threat to anybody?
No, definitely not.
That's crazy. It's a park.
Do you think that's it's not a good rule?
It's not a good rule. What's the park for?
And so the idea is that I guess they're worried about people on their bikes, or
Sure.
people who, I don't know, with kids who are not confident around dogs, etc. But do you think that does your dog pose a threat? Do you think?
Do you think he poses a threat? No, I'm a responsible dog owner. I know the bylaws, except for that one, and I make sure that he stays away from cyclists and from kids. And you can see if someone's uncomfortable with your dog straight away. So I definitely make sure that I'm responsible.
And so we're obviously more than a metre away from the pathway at the moment, but would you on occasion sort of come within a metre of the path with
Only
your
if
dog?
he's on the lead. Yeah, I tend to stay away because he likes to get in the river. As I say, I already stay away from the paths so that I am keeping him away from cyclists and from kids. And I did have an experience when he was a puppy, a little girl at a park, in the centre of a park, and she screamed and absolutely was terrified of dogs. So from that experience, I've been really careful ever since he was a puppy to make sure that he stays away from people and we just enjoy the park.
From today, people will also have to carry bags to pick up after their dogs or face a $300 fine, something Paul Fitzharris thinks is a good idea.
We do have a plastic bag.
If I can see the bags there, you've got...
Yes, no, we get a bit annoyed. And funnily enough, just before you spoke to us, there's a big pile of dog poo there, so that's always annoying.
And so, yeah, it's something you'd welcome, obviously, this new rule.
Yes, but I've got to say that most people actually carry a bag, and we see dogs doing what they do and people bend down and pick it up. So, but there are some that don't, and I guess it's the people that don't have their dogs on a lead. They don't know what they're doing when they're behind them, and very often I think that's what happens, and they carry on and think, oh, our dog's been very good, it hasn't done anything, but they haven't seen it. The man in charge of dog control for the Christchurch City Council, Mark Vincent, who owns 2 dogs himself, Teddy and Sophie, says his 10 dog control officers are not empowered to search people's pockets to verify if they are carrying bags for their dogs.
Officers aren't going to be going around checking everyone's pockets to make sure they've got bags. I mean, it's about giving people the opportunity to say, I have to be responsible. This is my dog. This is my responsibility to clean up after it. And if a person is observed that they're not doing that and they don't carry a bag, then that obviously will lead to some sort of enforcement action.
On the day RNZ News visited Hagley Park, 8 dogs were off their leads being taken for a run, and of these, 4 breached the new bylaw by coming within a metre of pathways. Mark Vincent says under the new rules, dogs will need to be kept on a short leash in this part of the park.
There are plenty of dog owners who use those retractable leads, which are quite effective sometimes, but if the dog's 2 or 3 metres away from you, running to the side and trips somebody up or causes an accident, then the dog's obviously not under control. So we encourage people, if they want to walk on the path, keep a really short leash on the dog.
Mark Vincent says the $300 fine will only be handed out to recidivist offenders. In Ototahi for Checkpoint, ko Conan Young tēnei.